What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. This is TrulyHVynLeigh here. Thanks so much for joining. Today I'm going to be introducing a new series. So I got a question on Instagram. Please continue to send me questions, like even if it's in DM, if you don't want to like comment on certain pictures or posts, because I love that and it gives me content to share with you all. So I got a question about how to grow natural hair, and I figured I could do like a series because there's so much that goes into it. It does take time and consistency, and I'll get into all of the details of my own tips, how I've grown my hair. This is what I was working with back in 2018, and so I've come a long way. My curls have come a long way, and I can just share some of the strategies that I did and how I got the results that I have now. So first, you have hair porosity. Now there's 3 different types. You can have high, normal, or medium, and then you have low porosity, and each porosity has specific products that work best for them, and then there are other products that just aren't really good for your hair. If you have high porosity, you don't need really thin oils or light oils, but then if you have low porosity hair, you don't want really heavy oils that weigh down your hair because your hair shaft isn't open enough to be able to absorb those thick oils, so then it ends up sitting on your hair and then you look greasy, and that's not good. Once you determine what your hair porosity is, I would say find the products that have the consistency that you're looking for, normally in places like Ulta or Sephora. Sometimes in your beauty supply stores, the representatives will allow you to like sort of test the consistency, or if you open up the cap and then you get some of the product out, or at least can see the product, you can tell how thick it is, how loose is the product. A lot of creams and gels, some creams can be runny, but then you have other creams that are like very heavy, and so understanding your porosity, you'll be able to pick out the best product for you. Next, the deep conditioning. I would say deep condition your hair once a week, and for those who have higher porosity, this is going to be important for you to incorporate protein masks and then moisturizing masks alternating. And for those who have low porosity, you know, making sure that you have some sort of heat source so that you're applying your treatment mask or your deep conditioning mask and then applying heat so that your hair can absorb and the follicles really open up, because sometimes they just don't want to open up. So you'll have, you know, really tight follicles that you need to make sure the moisture is getting into, or the protein, the silk protein, I would recommend for low porosity because it's a lot thinner, that thinner consistency. And so I'll list down in the description box a couple of my recommendations for silk protein masks. Shea Moisture does have one, but I would just be careful making sure that you're not over moisturizing or putting too much protein on your hair, because then you could have breakage with either route. Too much of one thing isn't good for anybody, and that includes your hair. So making sure you're picking out the right products and then using them on a routine basis. So in my next video, I will be doing my top 7 deep conditioners that I love to use and I have had great success with. Be on the lookout for that. I will be sharing some of my goods for you guys, and then we'll be able to dive into some of the ingredients, some of the best techniques that I use when I deep condition my hair. I am a person who deep conditions every week. I used to do every other week because that's how often I was washing my hair. That was back in 2018, and then I found that my hair liked the moisture. I was low porosity probably until I got my color, and now I'm a little bit more medium porosity. I have to feed my hair more moisture, and I also transitioned to once a week washing my hair, which means once a week deep conditioning. So as we mentioned, routine, that's my number 3 tip. Stay on a routine. Be consistent, because one thing that I know for sure is when I am not consistent, my hair feels it. I have more breakage. Look at this picture. This is after a week of me not moisturizing my hair. Now granted, I'm blonde, I have color, so I have to do a lot more and add a lot more moisture, but still, when you're not consistent, your hair shows it. And so if you want to grow and retain your length, you need to put your hair on a regimen. I've said it. Get some structure in your life, people. It's gonna benefit you. Your hair is gonna love it. You're gonna see the results, okay? And don't think, I need to add this disclaimer, don't think that your hair is gonna grow in a year's time to be, you know, at your ear length down to your shoulder. It could happen, but not likely, okay? So make sure that you're being realistic with your goals and try to say, you know, maybe 2 to 3 inches in a year. Even that's a lot. Probably 2 inches in a year. I mean, unless it's in your genes, because sometimes people are genetically Like, they have good hair in their genes, in their family. And so that plays a part. That makes a difference. But other than that, be realistic with your goals, like 2 inches. I said that I wanted my hair to be, you know, to my waist by the end of 2022. My hair is not to my waist. Like, if I stretch my hair, and I don't even know if this is the longest piece, but we're about here, right? And so that will be, you know, pretty consistent. It's like bra strap, right above the bra strap length. But I gotta be realistic, and you do too. So as you come up with a routine, if that's gonna be every week, you pick a hair day, you stick to it. So if that's gonna be Sunday, you know, stick to every Sunday. And I would say you'll start to see the results of your hair and your curl pattern by month 3. For sure by month 6. But that routine is going to allow your hair to get used to, oh, you're feeding me moisture, like you're feeding me protein. I know that I'm going to get the strength that I need. I know that I'm going to have the bond reconstruction that I need for those who are transitioning from like relaxed or heat damaged or even color treated hair that was damaged. I mean, that routine, you're going to start to see your curls are going to coil up a lot more. I mean, I'll pop in another photo. I went through it, and I went through the transition, and it was hard. And there were certain styles that, you know, I used to help train my curls. A lot of twist outs, a lot of flat twists. Not so much braid outs. I didn't really care for braid outs before. But just making sure, like, I had styles that were, like, low tension. I wasn't manipulating my hair all the time, because low manipulation is key for retention, because if your hair is getting used to being pulled, it's going to fall out eventually. So you can't change your hair every single day. And I was that person who wanted a different hairstyle all the time. But I had to, you know, spread it out a little bit. Maybe every 3 to 4 days I would change my hair, but still making sure it was low tension and I wasn't manipulating too much. And if I was manipulating, I went a long time, like 2 weeks, before I did something else that was that same amount of tension. I don't want to keep saying tension, but that same amount of pulling on my hair. Like, I would spread it out so that my hair wouldn't get weakened, and in between there I would do a protein treatment or a bond reconstructing treatment for my hair to like strengthen up, because yeah, I was moisturizing it, but I think that I over moisturize my hair. It's like over processing. And so this photo here, I was balding. So I would go back and watch my hair journey video in the very beginning of my channel. I was balding like right in the center just because I over moisturized my hair. I thought that was so important because I was low porosity. I didn't know if my hair was getting the moisture it needed. Oh, it was. And so my hair was just so soft. It was like wavy curls, super soft, and I thought that was a good thing, but it wasn't, because that made it easy for my hair follicles to pop right out of my scalp. Okay, so make sure you're not over processing, but getting into that routine, getting that regimen, switching up your products every once in a while. I'm a product junkie, so I have so many products. I wouldn't recommend you buying all these different lines, all these different, you know, leave-in conditioners and all these different masks and all these different shampoos, clarifying shampoo, moisturizing shampoo. Like, you don't have to do all of that, especially when you're just transitioning over from, you know, a relaxed or color treated or heat damaged hair. Get your staple products. I would recommend As I Am was a great staple product when I was transitioning. I would also say Shea Moisture helped me in the very beginning. I learned, you know, some of the ingredients in Shea Moisture aren't the greatest. And so I picked up, you know, Mielle was introduced shortly after. And I've never been a fan of like Aussie brands or Cream of Nature or what's the other one? Cantu. It was very drying to my hair. I've been seeing a lot of influencers like using Cantu and recommending Cantu because they've had a new formulation. Let me know if I should try it if you're interested in seeing, you know, some product review from those brands. I'm willing to try it. I just know I didn't like it in the past, and that was now like 6 years ago. So I'm open to try it again, okay? But As I Am, Mielle for sure, hands down, that is something that I live by now. When you're transitioning to, and these brands are reasonably priced. I mean, the other recommendation is Curlsmith. They have great transitioning products. Pattern has great transitioning products. But these brands, they're a little bit more pricey. And I'm committed. It's an investment for me. My hair is an investment. It's my crown. And so I'm willing to pay, you know, for that. Even Olaplex, I mean, They, I think, are great for color treated hair, but they're pricey. So if you're just transitioning, like, you can feel like you're breaking the bank, but it's not as much as weave, and it's not as much as, you know, getting your tape ins, and it's not as much as getting like different clip ins and stuff. So I mean, now your hair is healthier and the curls look good. So I think it's worth it, but don't shoot the messenger, okay? So after you have that solid routine, that regimen that you're doing every single week or every other week, whatever your hair prefers, you're going to begin to see your curls behave. You're going to see that length retention. And then make sure that you're getting your ends clipped on a regular basis. People, it does not make sense to have long hair and then at the ends, you see them thinning out. Like, clip your ends. I know my stylist all the time. She's on me. Because I don't go in as often because I don't like to get my hair straightened to clip my ends. However, you get to see, you know, how bad your hair really is when your hair is straightened or even blow dried and then your ends clipped. And so I do try to make more of an effort to get in more often. I was going like probably twice a year, and I probably need to bump that up to at least 3 times. Maybe 4 times a year, just so that I can get my hair, you know, trimmed. And it's called a dusting. It's not like a trim where you're taking 2 to 3 inches off. It's a dusting. So get that done. Go and see a professional or somebody who went to cosmetology school, whatever you want to do, but get your ends clipped, because you're going to put all this work in. You're going to have this routine. You're going to use the best products. You're going to have, you know, you're going to deep condition all the time. But then your ends not going to look good because you don't get them clipped. And I mean, long hair or healthy hair, you pick, right? Those are my 4 tips. How do you grow your natural hair? I'm going to be going into depth. There's already a hair porosity video. Make sure you check it out. I'm going to go into more depth about the deep conditioning and the masks that I like. Again, my top 7, my favorites that I have found to work. And it's going to be, you know, moisturizing mask. It's going to be protein mask, or, you know, bond reconstructing mask, or mask for, you know, shedding or breakage. And I will be sharing those with you. I'm very excited about that, so tune in. And then I will go into my routine. I'll do a daily wash. I'll do a wash week. And I think what I'll end up doing is like a week span where you'll get to see, you know, once I do my wash day, then what do I do midweek to refresh? And then what does it look like by day 7? You know, what am I doing? Am I switching up the styles? Things like that. And then lastly, I mean, I'll take you with me to go and get my ends clipped. That's what you have to look forward to. Make sure that you are here every week. I'm gonna get better about my posting life, guys. I mean, I'm gonna be doing a lifestyle video. I want to try to do 2 videos a week. We're not there yet, but 2 videos a week. One that is specific to hair, one that is more lifestyle based, mom based, because there's a lot going on, you know, with my life, and there's a lot of changes that have happened recently. So just kind of letting you come along with the ride, because if I can help somebody or shed light on certain areas so that you feel like you're not the only one going through it, that would be great. That's what I'm here for. So if you have other recommendations for topics or video ideas, drop them down below in the comments. Please like if you are here this far. I appreciate you. Like the video if it was helpful or informative, and then subscribe and hit the bell notification so when I release these episodes, you are aware and you can come and watch right away, okay? So we can get this hair journey on. 2022 is our year, okay? You can do it. I am here to help and support. If you are not comfortable with commenting, please go over to my Instagram. It's _TrulyHVynLeigh, and it is how you spell my name. And feel free to DM me, because I answer questions often, and it's just because, you know, people may not be comfortable with commenting publicly, and that's okay, especially if they haven't made the transition. So it's like, girl, why are you commenting? Because your hair did not look like that. But you can have hair and curls like this, and I'm here to help. So don't feel ashamed. Don't feel nervous. I'm very open and personable. So thank you so much. I will see you in the next episode. Bye.
Keys whipping up a big batch.